Welcome back to Savage Showdowns. This week we will be returning to the battle arena. This week in the battle arena, we will have an African elephant fighting against a Triceratops. First, if you like this content, please give it a like and consider subscribing. It's free and it really helps the channel out. Let's start with the African elephant. Size. African elephants are the largest land animals alive today. They can reach 18 to 24 feet in length, stand 10 to 13 feet tall at the shoulder, and weigh an impressive 5,000 to 14,000 pounds, with males being larger than females and certain individuals known as super tuskers existing, with the distinction for this individual simply being tusks that drag along the ground as the elephant walks. Strength. Elephants are immensely strong, capable of lifting over 600 pounds with their trunks alone and pushing or uprooting trees with ease. Their muscular build allows them to move or flip vehicles and fend off predators like lions with raw force. They can carry their body weight upon their back, and in addition to the high strength of their trunk, which other numbers say can only lift around 440 pounds, they have high dexterity. Speed. Despite their bulk, elephants can reach speeds of up to 25 miles per hour in short bursts. And while they can't maintain this pace for long distances and don't truly run, their fast walk on all feet allows them to get a reasonable speed for their size, and they can turn rapidly by whipping the weight of their head around. Stealth. Elephants are surprisingly quiet movers due to their padded feet that muffle impact sounds. However, despite their size, their overall stealth is limited, especially during the day when they can be visibly seen. Weapons and armor. For weapons, African elephants have long, sharp tusks that can be up to 10 feet long and weigh over 100 pounds each. These can be used for goring enemies, digging, and battling rivals. They also have trunks with high versatility that can be used to grab, throw, or strike, as well as their sheer mass that allows them to trample threats. For armor, they have thick skin that can be up to an inch thick that offers significant protection against bites, scrapes, and more shallow puncture wounds. Their dense bones and muscular build also make it very difficult to injure them with blunt force. So how does our prehistoric rival, the Triceratops, stack up? Size. Triceratops was a massive ceratopsid dinosaur measuring 26 to 30 feet in length. It stood around 9.5 to 10 feet tall at the shoulders and weighed an impressive 13,000 to 26,000 pounds, which is equal to or larger than an elephant in mass. Strength. Triceratops was built like a tank with powerful legs and neck muscles. Its low center of gravity combined with a muscular, stocky build would have allowed it to deliver devastating charges as well as be difficult to topple over, similar to how a rhino is, but on a much larger scale. For speed, estimates of a Triceratops vary, but most suggest it could reach speeds in the 15 to 20 mile per hour range. It wasn't built for long-distance chases, but could generate powerful bursts of speed for charging, which, when combined with its mass, could produce some very devastating results. Stealth. Triceratops was a herbivore built for defense, with large horns, an enormous size, and herd behavior. This would make stealth both difficult and relatively unnecessary. It likely relied more on intimidation and armor rather than concealment for survival. Weapons and armor. For weapons, Triceratops had 3 prominent horns, 2 which could be over 3 feet long above its eyes, and a shorter nasal horn used for impaling predators like Tyrannosaurus rex, being the current scientific understanding. Its sharp beak could also inflict damage, and its charging ability made it a formidable living battering ram. Armor. It had a frill, bony shield extending from the back of its skull that would provide protection for its neck and possible support for muscles on its face and horn control. It may have also been used to deflect bites, serve in display, or as a shield. It had dense bones, muscular frame, and thick hide also offered excellent natural armor. So those are our combatants, but who wins? Let's find out. The midday sun blazed down on the parched African plain, heat shimmering off the dry earth. A lone bull elephant, towering at nearly 13 feet tall and weighing close to 14,000 pounds, lumbering toward a watering hole, his tusks gleaming like ivory scythes, his ears flapping rhythmically, keeping him cool, unaware that across the cracked basin something ancient was approaching him. A Triceratops emerged, 30 feet long, 26,000-pound mountain of muscle, horn, and bone. Its three horns glinted with menace, and its heavy tail swayed like a wrecking ball as the two titans locked eyes and eerie silence descended. Two herbivores, each bristling with tools designed for war, preparing for carnage. The elephant trumpeted, ears flaring, and charged with surprising speed for such a hulking beast. The ground shook under its weight as it barreled ahead, trunk coiled and tusks lowered like lances. But the Triceratops stood its ground, eyes narrowing, muscles coiled like a spring. At the last moment, it lunged forward, and the two collided with a thunderous crack. Ivory tusk met hardened horn, and the elephant's left tusk scraped along the Triceratops' frill with a shriek of grinding bone. But the right tusk stabbed deep into the beast's muscular shoulder, spraying warm blood. The Triceratops bellowed, enraged and twisted violently, yanking itself free with a sickening tear. Then it dropped its massive skull and drove forward with a brutal, horn-led charge. The nasal horn gouged the elephant's side, tearing into it and drawing blood as the elephant let forth a bellow of pain. The two horns raked upward, one missing and one catching just under the jaw, lifting the elephant's head with terrifying strength, but doing minimal damage. Bleeding but not broken, the elephant slammed down its trunk, striking the frill with the force of a battering ram. The Triceratops staggered, not from pain, but from the sheer force of the impact. Before it could recover, the elephant surged forward, tusks low, and impaled the dinosaur's chest. The impact crushed ribs and drove the beast back several paces. But a Triceratops doesn't fall easily. With a growl, the dinosaur reared and thrust both horns upward, catching the elephant square in its chest. One horn punched between the ribs, puncturing a lung. Blood gurgled from the elephant's trunk as it stumbled backwards, sides heaving, its strength waning. The Triceratops, wounded and limping, prepared to charge again, but the elephant made one last stand. It surged forward with a wheezing trumpet, tusks aiming for the skull. But this time, the Triceratops was able to avoid the attack and managed to hook a horn beneath the elephant's jaw. And with a heave of one horn under the jaw and one under the body, was able to flip the massive mammal onto its side, ground crumbling as the elephant crashed down, its own body weight cracking its ribs. Dust erupted in a cloud of finality. It twitched once and then went still, a colossus slain by another. The Triceratops stood victorious, breathing raggedly, blood soaking its horns and chest and shoulder. It had survived the monsters of the past and now conquered a titan of the present. The plains were silenced once more, save for the slow drip of blood onto the scorched earth. Triceratops wins. Ultimately, it was size and armor that won the Triceratops this fight. Its significantly larger build, nearly double that of the elephant, and its armored frill helped protect it from certain injury. These two factors were enough to give it the edge it needed to win. A more reasonably sized Triceratops would have likely had a more difficult time winning this fight. But per the normal for this channel, we did the largest average size we could. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Feel free to suggest any future fights. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next Savage Showdown.